back in the neighbor's yard. Tank's over here. Let's enjoy the sounds of spring some more while it's sunny. We have a practice for our hips today, so let's find our way to our backs. I think some of you have told me that you've had some hip pain. Maybe you're moving less than you were before, or you're just moving in a different way. So let's find our way to our backs. Maybe the knees are bent. Just connecting with the breath, a few breaths in and out. Maybe noticing the low back on the earth and the middle and upper back on the earth, the feet on the floor. Maybe bring some attention to those hips right now. Maybe placing your hands on your hips. We'll just offer this time to open the hips and maybe get some relief from any discomfort that we might have, or just help us free up some range of motion. So we'll inhale and exhale. Now let's inhale, bring the knees into the chest, a little Apanasana. And then we'll exhale, maybe with those peace fingers we find the big toes, finding happy baby. Or if that is a yeah right, no way, maybe just have your hands behind the knees with the knees bent, or behind the knees and the legs bent a little bit. You can rock side to side. Be letting the knees fall way out to the side as much as possible. So maybe it looks like that with the knees wide, or they can be kind of stacked more. But just allowing some kind of movement in the hips. You can be pulling those knees kind of towards the armpits a little bit. And just rock side to side, hands on the outside of the feet. Maybe noticing the hamstrings open. And again, if this is not possible for you, the legs can be out long and you can just have a bend. Just kind of noticing the hamstrings open a little bit. And we'll inhale. Exhale, bend the knees and bring those feet to the floor. And with the soles of the feet on the floor, let the knees come out to the side and maybe the soles of the feet come together for our reclined butterfly. And now, if it feels good, you can place some pillows under your knees maybe, or just allow those knees to open as much as is comfortable. And maybe close the eyes and just feel the breath. And not being concerned with how close or far away from the ground the knees are, but just bringing awareness again to those hips, maybe placing the hands on the hips even. Just breathing into the hips. And exhale. We also tend to store emotions in our hips. Maybe yesterday we talked about the worry and fear in our low back, and sometimes in our hips, it's kind of related to relationships. If we had disappointment or any emotions we weren't able to express, we tend to store them in our hips. So we're just gently offering some kindness to our hips. Open physically and emotionally. Let's inhale. And exhale, maybe bring the knees to the sky. We can bring the feet as wide as the mat, and we'll just bring the knees to one side. And we'll inhale. And exhale, bring the knees over to the other side. Noticing the stretch on the outside of the hips. Back over to the other side. And pause for a breath. And then exhale over to the other side, feeling that outer hip maybe stretch a little bit as the knees come over. And let's exhale, bring the knees back to the sky, hug them into the chest, rock around a little bit, lower back massage. And then let's bring that left foot to the floor, the right knee or the right ankle just below the left knee, and then hug that left leg in a little figure four. Kind of working again that hamstring, because those hamstrings influence the mobility of our hips so much. And that left leg can be up to the sky, or it can be bent and kind of lazy like mine is right now. You can hug and pull that hamstring in, pressing the right knee away even, noticing the hip, the outer hip, and that hamstring. A couple more breaths. Maybe you even want to just bring the knees further away. You can't even find that hamstring, and that's okay. You can just kind of bring them in. A couple more breaths. And then we'll exhale. Let's lower that left foot to the floor, and then that right foot kind of falls over to the left side of the mat. Again, a little opening on the outside of that right hip. And again, if that's like a no way and your feet only come this far, that's okay. You can even move that left leg and release kind of that ankle from the knee and just let that hip come to the side, maybe a little side twist. Maybe the knee is not even close to the ground, and that's fine. It's totally fine. Opening up the side of that hip here. Exhale. And there's no rush. One more breath in. And then exhale, bring the knee back to the middle. The left foot comes back to the floor. Release the right foot to the ground. You can windshield wiper the knees. Maybe you want to bring the knees into the chest, whatever feels good. Gonna do your own thing here in between sides. And then we'll lower that right foot down, the left knee to the right below the right knee, and then hug that in. Little figure four on this side. The right leg can be up to the sky, or it can be bent. You can press that left knee away. You can have the hands behind the hamstring or on the shins, or no hands at all. Look, Mom, no hands. Just offer yourself this hip opener here. Just breathing. You can even close the eyes. Just feeling into the hips, the hamstrings, and just letting go. Breathing in and out. Feeling the back on the earth, and the knees in the chest. And then we'll exhale, release the right foot to the floor, and then we let that left foot come to the outside of the right side of the mat, maybe on your neighbor's grass or maybe on your own floor. So wherever that foot finds itself, the right leg can be long, and again, you can just hover that left knee like a gentle twist. It doesn't have to be the foot on the floor or the neighbor's grass. Just opening up that side of the hip, and we're just going to relax. And breathe. Offering some freedom to any emotions that we might have in those hips. The hips don't lie. Just let them be free. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And now one more deep breath in. And on the out breath, we'll just bring that right knee back to the earth. The left knee can come to the middle. You can release the left foot down. Maybe you find butterfly with the feet together. Let the knees open. Or maybe you want to just let the legs be long. Move some ankles, whatever feels best after that figure 4. Just a couple breaths. And we'll inhale, bring the knees together. And then let's exhale to roll over to the side. And we're just going to come up kind of to our left knee. And let's bring that right leg forward, coming into what we call half split. So maybe that right knee comes over the right ankle, and then we can bring that leg back. Flex the right foot towards the face. The left hip maybe is stacked over the left knee. Maybe you kind of lift up, but press that heel into the earth and just notice the back of the leg open. And again, maybe that knee is bent a lot, and that's fine. Again, we're just accessing those hamstrings to open up the hips. So we'll bring the toes towards the face. And we'll fold over that front leg. And then let's exhale to come to the top or to the foot, so the knee is on, kind of hovering over the ankle. And let's just lift up and open up that hip flexor of the left leg. So the front of the left leg, maybe your hands are on the knee. And let's exhale, fold forward, bring that right foot back. Maybe you want to extend the right leg long, kind of rock back and forth, extend the left leg, then bring the left knee back and the right leg goes back. And then we'll bring the right knee down and that left knee forward this time. And then just wiggle that left heel forward. The right hip is over the right knee. And then flex that left foot towards the face. And then that left knee can be bent a lot, or it's bent maybe a little. And just kind of fold over that leg. Or maybe you want to come up a little higher. If you have some blocks, you can have the blocks here, but whatever is supportive. Just to accessing the hamstring, back of the knee. As we increase that flexibility in the hamstring, it's going to help us open up that hip a little bit. Ardha Hanumanasana. Couple more breaths. And exhale, maybe bend that knee, bringing the left knee over the left ankle, and then bringing some openness to that right hip flexor. And we can exhale, bring that left foot out and kind of back. Maybe we step the right foot back and then the left. Opening up the front of the leg again. Maybe we even bring the legs down. We're just going to lift up a little to open the hip flexors, the whole front of the leg here. And then let's exhale, come into a tabletop. We're just going to open up kind of those hips just a little. So let's bring our hip or our leg back. So extend it back long. So maybe it looks like this. Okay, so we're going to extend the leg out and then bring the knee in. Then maybe we lift that leg out to the side as if we were lifting it on a box and bring it in and then back. One more time. Bring the knee in, out to the side, back in and out, back, straight back. And then lower. Inhale, extend the left leg out. So maybe it looks like this. Okay. And then bring it back into the middle. Then inhale to the side, back in, inhale back out, exhale, exhale in, inhale out to the side, exhale in. Then let's bring the knees in. And now there's an option here. You can come onto the stomach. And then let's roll over onto the left side just a little bit. Just enough to make it a little easier to bring that left knee up. So the left knee is going to be in line with the hip, and we're just on the ground. This is our tadpole. And we'll just kind of pause here. You can rest on the forearms, or maybe you want to rest all the way down. And if that's not quite accessible there, then come into your reclined butterfly again. We're opening up the hips here. We're just kind of going at it from a different way. If we're on our stomachs or if we're on our backs. So reclined butterfly or tadpole. And just relax the stomach down, relax the hips. We'll inhale, lift the heart. Bring that leg back. And then we'll bring the left knee up. So the left knee is in line with the hip. And then we'll just come all the way down to the stomach, maybe on the forearms, wherever you're at. It's totally fine. And if you're in reclined butterfly, maybe windshield wiper the legs. Exhale, feel the body becoming heavy and maybe sinking into the ground or your neighbor's yard. Maybe releasing any tension in the hips and just letting that subtle energy sweep away any emotions that might be there, kind of hiding out. One more breath in. And we'll exhale, kind of roll over to the right side, extend that left leg long. Maybe you press up, bring the arms out like a Y. You can do a slight little back bend. Maybe you bring those heels in. You can kind of reach if you want to even find that. Just roll over onto the back, finding Shavasana. We'll be here for just a few breaths. Relaxing. Inhale and exhale. Relaxing the backs of the legs and the feet, the shoulders into the floor, closing the eyes and just letting the breath just drift and the body rest. And sigh. You're welcome to stay here as long as you'd like. Resting in Shavasana. Give yourself as much time as you want. If you are ready to come to a seat, you can. Otherwise, stay in Shavasana. It's been such an honor and a pleasure to spend this sunny morning with you. Namaste.